Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me this morning. I'm just going to be heading into the city to see my friend for like an afternoon, night sort of hangout. I just wanted to show you guys what I do in the morning for eczema prone skin. For the past year, I've had really bad eczema on my face, which I've never had before. As a kid, I always just had it on like my inner corners of my arms and behind my knees and on my neck, but I'd never had it on my face. So like when I moved to London for exchange, it was like horrible, and like traveling around Europe, it was so bad. I was just in pain every day, and yeah, like include photos on the screen of like how bad it was on my face. But now it's like so much better, and this is like what I do to kind of maintain it. My eczema typically does come in cycles, like every 2 weeks. I usually get like a mini flare-up, but the past few weeks has actually been really good. So yeah, these are the creams that I use, like the body soaps, and like this is typically what I do every day. It's nothing too extravagant or exciting. I don't have like a 10-step skincare routine or whatever. I don't think my skin could handle that, but yeah, this is what I do. I've already like brushed my teeth, eaten, whatever. This is mainly just about getting ready and like also doing my makeup. And these are like my products that I use regularly, so I know that they don't affect my skin in that way because I've been using these products like since before I had flare-ups on my face. Cool, let's get into it. In the shower, I use this QV Gentle Wash. It's soap free, and I've been using this since I was a kid. Different versions of the QV no soap free wash, and I just do like a little pump of that. For a while I was also trying out the NS Sensitive Skin Cleanser. This is more of like a creamy sort of soap. It's soap free. Like NS is a pretty good brand. I was using NS21 Skin Repair Treatment cream, and this is cortisone free, and it's actually really good, and it definitely helped my skin a lot. And I went to the dermatologist and he's like, no, you have to use cortisone cream only. And I was like, that is not true. But yeah, definitely give this a shot. I think with eczema skin, it's important that you have like lukewarm showers or cold showers. I don't always stick to that because like when it's really cold, it's just like it's not nice having like a lukewarm shower. So yeah, I'm just gonna head in there, use the soap. I typically try and shower like once a day, but I'm probably gonna shower twice today. Just because I'm kind of cold, so I would have a shower. This is probably a terrible angle, but I just popped on a bra so I didn't do an accidental nip slip. But so for body cream, I typically use the Epaderm cream. So this is actually a UK based cream, and I found this in London. So I was talking to someone in Boots, it was like the pharmacist at Boots, and I was just like, I need a cream because everything is burning my skin. So she recommended me like a tiny bottle of this. It was like £2, so like $4, and it was like about this big, and it was so good. And I used it up while I was traveling, and I really regretted not buying more, and I was just suffering the whole time I was traveling for like 3 weeks. And I completely forgot about this cream till my friend Marty, he's from Spain, but he also like studies in Scotland, so in the UK still, and he has eczema as well. And he sent me a photo of this, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this cream. So I like googled around. You can buy it online, but the cheapest I found was if you just call up Chemist Warehouse or go into Chemist Warehouse and you ask them to order an Epaderm, and they will order it in for you. And it's probably around $16 or $17 for this massive 500 gram pump tub of this. So it is quite a thick cream. It comes out pretty watery, but like once you put it on, it's like actually very like hydrating. So I usually do like 2 layers of this, so like once as soon as I get out of the shower, and then my skin absorbs it really quickly. So like towards the end of like putting cream all over my body, I will put another layer of this on my face. But yeah, so I actually like never put cream up here just because it like I always get pimples there, and if I put cream there it just gets too oily. But if I do want to put cream up there because it gets a bit dry sometimes, cocoa butter is like my second in line moisturiser. This is the only other thing that doesn't burn my skin when my eczema is really bad on my face and my body. I don't know, like it does sting a tiny bit, but definitely not as bad as like other creams like QV, Aveeno, literally everything else I've tried. I've tried like so many different creams. Cocoa butter, definitely is good. I have so many bottles of this just in the cupboard. Yeah, sometimes if I don't want like to use Epaderm, I'll use cocoa butter just because it's lighter and it just goes on like not as heavy as Epaderm, because this is really heavy as a body cream. And I've noticed that like when I put it on places like my back, my skin tends to get like too moisturized, so like if I scratch it, it like really breaks way too easily. So I just use cocoa butter, and I also use coconut oil body lotion. So this is by Palmer's, which is the same brand as cocoa butter, and I never use this on my face just because I find it stings too much. But for the rest of my body, which isn't as sensitive, I think this is great. It's also very light. It's a bit light. It's like lighter than the cocoa butter. So yeah, if you want to try it out, I recommend going for the cocoa butter. But this is also like a very nice, easy, like light cream to use as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna put cream all over my whole body. I think I'm just gonna do cocoa butter. I'll do coconut oil cream for my back because it is like quite moisturized already, and I keep scratching it open, and like just I have so many cards. But yeah, like definitely try out Epaderm. You can order in smaller bottles if you just want to trial it. But I mean, $17 for like that big bottle versus like $60 for this tiny tub of eczema ointment that I have to use on my face is not that much. I've spent hundreds of dollars on creams and trying out creams, and it's hard finding a cream that suits for you, because something that will work for me might not work for your skin, whereas something that works for your skin might not work for me. It really depends on your skin and what works best. But Epaderm is like a lifesaver to me, same as cocoa butter. And I feel like cocoa butter is one of those like weird ones that people wouldn't really expect to work. Something else I wanted to talk about was like eczema on your scalp. So basically like it just, my scalp gets so dry and so itchy, and then like I scratch it and then it's just like it scabs. Like literally I just have scabs all over my head, and that may sound like a TMI, but like realistically I know that a lot of other people would have this as well. Yeah, so something that I was prescribed is Zatamil. So I got this prescribed from my dermatologist, and it genuinely actually helps a lot. Yeah, like they'll explain how to use it, but it's like an ointment and you just like drop it on your scalp and like rub it in a little bit. Or I don't know if you're meant to rub it in, but I rub it in sometimes, or sometimes I just drop it. It depends. So like I had a period where I was like, I'm not going to use cortisone creams or steroid creams, because I was like, I'm having topical steroid withdrawal, and I like didn't want to do that to my skin, and that's why my face was really bad for a while. And I went to the dermatologist and he's like, steroid creams are the only way to go, and I was like, oh my god, okay, true. And I was just like crying, and I was like, I'm in so much pain, and like I just want to fix this, but also I don't want to use steroid creams. But then I was like, okay, fuck it, like I'm just going to use a steroid cream. So I ended up like getting another prescription for steroid creams, spent hundreds of dollars on creams again. And like it did make my skin better, but now that it's like under control, I've been only using it like when I need to, which like thankfully it hasn't been too often. Like my skin just cleared up so much. Like if you look at the photos from when my skin was really bad, like it was terrible. Like it was so dry, and like my eyes were peeling. It was just, yeah, my neck was in pain. Yeah, but like now it's all good. So now I'm just like, I stay away from all the steroid creams, and I kind of just try and maintain it. So another thing that my GP actually recommended was to use olive oil on your skin, and that's like a really great, more natural moisturizer. So literally just from like Woolworths or Coles or like your grocery store, just find extra virgin olive oil and just make sure it's like straight, pure olive oil. And I got one that has like certifications. So this is certified by AOOA and something else, but yeah, just 100% olive oil, and you just like put a tiny little bit on your hand and like rub it into like your skin. So this is good like to do overnight when you're sleeping, and it also like helps prevent like eczema and like little bugs in your bed kind of developing, I guess, from your dry skin. I don't really know how that works. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's like something my doctor said, and it genuinely actually is like nice and moisturizing. Something else that I have is this Eczema Honey. So you guys might have seen ads for this all over Instagram, and I was seeing it a lot, especially when I was talking a lot about eczema on my Instagram, because of the algorithm and because of like the keywords that pop up. Ads get targeted towards you. But yeah, they actually sent this to me to trial, but by the time it arrived, my eczema was already like getting better, but this is a skin soothing cream. So I did use it when my skin was like really hot and inflamed. That happened a lot with tacrolimus, which is one of the ointments that I was prescribed for my eyes and my face. That would just like make my skin like burn, but burn in a way that it was just like so hot that I was like, whew, okay. So this is like good for soothing the skin and making it cooler, and you can pop this in the fridge and it's pretty good. It does smell like kind of funky at first. I was like, oh, it smells good, but then like as I used it more, I was like, I don't really know how I feel about this smell, but it is like all natural and it is a good alternative if you don't want to be using steroid creams all the time. So that's something you should consider. Here's the ingredients list if you guys want to look at it. So that's Eczema Honey, which is a US brand. It is quite pricey, to be honest. But I mean, have a look at the reviews, have a read of it, and see if it's something that might suit you. Okay, so back to the bathroom. I'm going to be talking about like what makeup I use. So I don't actually wear that much makeup. I usually just do like eyebrow pencil, bit of foundation. I never use like a full face of foundation, and eyeliner. So I feel like eyeliner is like the main thing that I use. And I've been using Nature's Republic, there we go, Nature's Republic Botanical Hyperliner in black. This is a Korean brand, and my dad literally bought like 30 packets of this, and I've been using this for a while, but it's really good. It's one of these brush liner tips, and yeah, this is what I use every day. This isn't even all of the eyeliner that we have. Yeah, we have a lot. This is like the green one that I use. Smudge proof eyeliner. Yeah. My dad bought this in Singapore, but I think you can buy it in most Asian countries. Another brand that I used to use was the Kiko Kill Black as well, which was good, and that was like waterproof, and that never gave me any issues. As for foundation, I use MAC Studio Fix. I actually did some work with MAC, and then I just ended up using this all the time because it never gave me any issues. And I usually only do this for like little spots on my face, or if I want to even out my skin a little bit. I don't wear this every day. Quite light, and it's not heavy at all. And in terms of like makeup remover, so I was using Garnier's Micellar Water, which is like really great at removing eyeliner and makeup, but I was finding that my skin was getting a bit dry and irritated from it, and I'm not sure if it's just like this one because I used to use the pink bottle, but since I've been back home, like we have this witch hazel rose petal thing, and I usually like just use this to like quickly get my makeup off on like a little cotton pad, and I also use it if I want to like fix up my eyeliner with like a cotton bud. So yeah, this is this, and I know that it's a toner and it's not makeup remover, but I find that this is fine for me. Those are the main things I use, and I feel like eyebrow pencils I typically find I just use a random ass one that I've had for years. But yeah, I'm gonna do my makeup now. So I don't do anything special with my brows. I don't even know if this is how you're meant to properly do brows, but you know, you do what you do. So I'm just gonna do my everyday eyeliner.
Friday night, I feel it coming. There's only one thing left to do. In my mind, feelings running, and they're running from you. Open up the vault, what do you see through the window?
I feel like people always put foundation on first, but I always put it on second, and like I know that's not a thing, but I just find it easier, especially when I'm doing my eyeliner, to just like have my skin, my clean slate, you know. But I'm just gonna put this bit on my forehead to make it a bit less red, but like nothing too dramatic. I mainly just have like pimple scars here and then like one pimple there, but yeah. This is a bit yellow for my skin tone because it's winter right now. So I just got some new stuff from B Jeans Australia, and I'm going to try on these cargo-ish pants that they sent me. So I have this Examples t-shirt. May as well do the plug. You guys should check out Examples. It's a startup Sydney based power-sourcing and manufacturing company. So they've dropped a clothing line including these amazing shirts that are this beautiful Portuguese cotton. It's super soft, buttery cotton, and it has a back seam, double collar, and awesome designs, including this one, which we haven't actually promoted that much, but yeah, super cool. I might just wear this. It's kind of like lazy skater vibes. So I just chucked on this long sleeve shirt and a thermal underneath, just because I feel like this blends into the pants and it's like a bit more cohesive, which is sick. Cool. So I just chucked on all my normal accessories. This is my go-to silver chains and stuff that I wear. I get so many questions about where I get my jewellery from, and it's all really random places. So like these two were literally from the op shop, Finny's. This chain was from like this little startup. They're closed down now. And then this circle bit was from a belt that I just took off. This was from Topshop like years ago. This was like a little chain that my friend gave me, and I think it's from like a $2 shop because I have like a bunch of them. And then this is from like a jumpsuit, and I just took this off the jumpsuit. So it's just like I just mixed together like a whole bunch of like chains and stuff that I have and layer it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this useful if you do have eczema and you wanted to see like what I use. And if not, I hope you enjoyed watching it. It was a bit of like, it was like quite a lot of talking, and I hope that was okay. But yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Check out my Instagram, TaraTandra_. I hope to see you soon. See ya.